got to remember, um, it's all a game. And I tell guys this all the time. The work is backstage. And there was a fella, again, I won't name names because I don't want to hear it. But there was a fella that they made get dressed. And this is when they did TV 3 days in a row. They made him get dressed, and he wore face paint, and made him paint his face for 3 days in a row. And waited until the last match was going to go on. This one, it was marathon TV back then, like 4 hours a night. Even the people were going, "Oh, let's get done with this." And 4 hours, the guy's sitting there dressed and ready to go and pumped up and everything else, and they come back and say, "Oh, scratch your match." And they did this, I think, three times in a row. So there's six, 9 times. Whoa! But they wanted to see how he reacted, and they want to see what he did. And that's a game. It's a game, and you say, "Oh, they don't do that." Well, okay, they do that, or they did that,
Who
and
is
so
they? Who is they, for example? Or
okay.
could you even say it? Like,
Well, let's see. If you have some producers hanging around, they're talking, and somebody comes and says, "So how's the new guy doing?" I don't know. You want to see him work? Yeah, let me see him work. Okay. So we're gonna go tell you, hey, you got a match. You need to get all your face paint. You need to get ready. Okay. How's he doing? What'd he say? Nothing. He's getting ready to work. Okay. Cool. Let's see what he does. Um, there were people, I think. I'm not going to name any names. There were people, I think, who enjoyed watching the performance, the attitude, the vibe, the electricity. When you're sitting there waiting for something, they want to see, is he going to get mad? Is he going to get hot? Is he going to punch the wall? Because one guy, it's another fella, who they had get dressed and told him, no, you're not going to work tonight. He got pissed off and let it know he was pissed off. And a producer pulled him aside and said, listen, you dumbass, this is what you don't do. Control yourself. You play the situation. And that's part of the learning process. As petty and as minute as that sounds, that's the game. It really is part of the process. And uh, I'm sure it goes on today. It's wrestling, and I tell people this the whole time. The work is backstage. What we do in the ring is really that much, but it's how you conduct yourself. It's it's that game that whoever likes to play, and I don't know if it still goes on today. Sure, I don't.
well, that's another thing why it's valuable to go to a wrestling school like that. Because I remember where the Hearts, where I was trained, they never told us anything about backstage etiquette. And I remember Lance Storm gave me a warning once before a tryout: don't sit down in front of the TV monitor because you're going to get big heat for that. And like that was just a little thing that you never would think about otherwise.
Right, and I don't know if that was so much a deal. And there were little games, I guess, because there was still more old school attitude back then. I know for myself just that it was everybody was watching everything, and so it was about, do you fit in? Can you fit in? An analogy that comes to mind is when Dusty Rhodes was given the polka dots. Okay, well, right again, people want to think it's a rib. Only whoever gave him the polka dots knows if it's a rib or not. Or they knew Dusty Rhodes. My God, Dream had worked the Garden with Superstar. They had a three-match program. Dream had been around forever, so now he's going to come in the company, and they're going to make him the common man, and he's going to wear polka dots. Okay, watch him get this over. Yeah, yeah, watch him get this over, and he did. So and they would do that with anybody. Just give you an opportunity, see what you do with it. Um, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, is I guess the thinking. But to understand the mind games and the mind you have to come up with promos, to be the guy, to be the man, because it is a competition. The competition is backstage. It's not in the ring, but it is in the ring. If somebody's going to cut a promo, you better be able to come back with one. If you don't like what they write for you, come up with something better. And those guys were firing live rounds sometimes, and it just went back and forth. And I saw a great video with Harley Race explaining, when Randy Orton and he did their angle in St. Louis and Randy spit. And the guy asked him, said, "Did you know that was coming?" He says, "No, but you notice I ducked." He said, "There's some things that are going to happen out there that nobody can write or talk about or say is going to happen back here. We can't talk about it. It just has to happen out there, and it has to know on both ends this could happen. This is going to happen." And when Lesnar is firing live rounds, forearms on Randy Orton or whoever it may be, and split him open, I don't think Brock is that unprofessional. I think they're professional enough to go out there and say, "Listen, at the end when I hit these forearms, I'm going to throw the elbows. What happens, happens." And the guys would go in the ring understanding that. Years ago, you understood that. Years ago, guys would go hard ways for real. Sometimes that's an accident, but you know it's coming, and you know that's part of it. So, and that takes the mental part of this business. And I only learned it by watching it and seeing it. I wish I would have absorbed it earlier. I knew it was happening, but I didn't have the wherewithal to put my mind to it. I didn't have that. I guess I wasn't that smart, obviously, but that's what it is, and that's a huge part of this business. And you're right. That's what we do tell people. I do tell people because I want you to be prepared. I don't want you to go and be an idiot. I don't want you to embarrass yourself. I don't want you to embarrass us. So, but that's been that way forever. It's the entertainment business. Hey man, you should get some stars. Put about 4 stars on your trunks. Yeah, that look great. Hey, and then wear a tutu and put some ballet shoes on too. That look great for your gimmick. Watch this. You know what I mean? I mean, there's little things guys are going to tell you that aren't exactly in your best interest, and you have to be aware.
I even had Carl Willett tell me a story. Like now he's had a decent run in Ring of Honor, but he got a tryout around 2008, and he had all that heat before, and he came back and he had his hair done up all fancy with a mohawk, and the first thing they told him was you need to shave it off.
Right. Right. So, I mean, it's never ending, but that's where your confidence comes in and your belief in yourself. And I think probably the smartest guy to figure that out is Jericho. Jericho's reinvented himself all these years. And he always knew who Jericho was. And it takes knowing that, having the confidence and being able to sell yourself to the company, to the guy who's making the decisions.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.